So I mentioned at the start of this interview that I had a few Wintersleep stories. So here's a good time to bring in one. This is about listen, listen, listen. So that is my favorite Wintersleep song of all time. So that's
Oh,
saying a lot, when I say it's Wintersleep's my favorite band. So out of the entire discography, all the songs, that's my one favorite song from my favorite band. So that's like the pinnacle of pinnacles.
that's
And
awesome.
the album, I had mentioned the debut albums in my top 10 favorite albums of all time. This one, the Untitled album, is in my top 3 albums of all time. I'm very consistent across all these interviews. I always say my top 3 albums of all time: Rage Against the Machine, self-titled debut from 1992, Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here, and then Untitled from Wintersleep. So you're
Uh-huh.
right up there with, to me, is some of the greatest albums of all time. And my story about Listen, Listen, Listen is, I've been a fan forever. I go to see you guys play live. I'm in a band, and I see that you guys are going to be playing at Zaphod's in
Mm,
Ottawa. And the way Zaphod's works is they usually have 2 opening bands and a main band, and the main band is done by 11. Everyone
mhm.
clears out, and then it becomes a dance club, so they get like twice the capacity for per night. That's like the business model. So
Yeah.
I see that Wintersleep is coming up, and for sure I'm going. And then I see there's no openers. So I reach out to Eugene, the owner, and does the
Mhm.
bookings. And I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, like, you have room for 2 more bands here. He's like, no, it's just Wintersleep. I'm like, but that's not like the format you normally have. And I said,
Yeah.
look, my band has to open. I'm like, look, I will sell 100+ tickets. I don't even have to get paid. Like, this is a dream of mine.
Yeah.
So he said, all right, man, if that's what you want to do. So within 1 week, I sold 100 tickets. I showed up with the money from the tickets sold. We opened for you guys.
Distant
Uh,
society, right?
Distant Society, yeah. And I
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I shared with you, like, to me, it's like, they say don't meet your heroes, right? So like you're
Yeah.
nervous. And I remember just trying to not fangirl on you guys and just saying like, hey, listen, like, I'm a big fan of you guys, all that. And this is what you guys do. You finish your set, and then you do an encore. And Paul says, all right, we got one more song, and this is dedicated to our new friend Joel. And you guys played Listen, Listen, Listen as your encore, which, is not the easiest to play, and
Yeah.
isn't
Yeah.
always in the set list. So that meant a
No.
lot to me. And then when the night is done, like, this is the best night of my life. You were
Mhm.
out in the parking lot in front of Zaphod's, and
Yeah.
I go up and I go, hey man, thank you so much. Like, this meant a lot. Thanks for the encore, all that stuff. And I put out my hand like, hey, it was great to meet you. And you bear hugged me. And I'm 5'5". You have to be 6'2", 3, 4, I don't know. But
Yeah.
I was engulfed in a Loel Campbell hug. It might be the highlight of my whole life. So I had to share that with you.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, well, I mean, that meant a lot to us. So we knew how much work you put into that. And I don't know, just whenever anybody helps you out, like, that it was obvious that you cared so much about it. It was just like that feeling, because, at that time, it was just like, we are just getting going, and all those kind of gestures of whenever somebody put their neck out for you, it's just like you have to appreciate those moments.
You were the exception to the rule of be careful meeting your heroes, because sometimes it can be a letdown. You're one of the good guys proving that it's okay to meet your heroes.